We have the good liars directly after the Trump debate speaking to Republicans, elected MAGA Republicans, and some that aren't MAGA as well. So as always, I've lined up what I think are some of the best clips they got to take a peek at MAGA in their natural habitat.
You worked for Donald Trump for a long time. Today he said that immigrants are eating dogs and cats in Ohio. Pretty crazy stuff. Was this normal when you spent time with him?
I think probably the most unhinged things he said when I was with him directly to my face was the argument about Ted Cruz's dad being affiliated with the JFK assassination.
You think he really believed that?
So, I don't know if he believed it or not, but it was an unhinged thing. And I made the mistake in my life, which I've owned, is I chose to ignore that. I've done what my former colleagues in the Republican Party are doing now.
I wanted to start with this clip because it is good to see Republicans who are willing to denounce this lie and racism for what it is, as online many people are trying to carry water for it rather than admit the absurdity of the statement, going as far to misrepresent body cams of American citizens as Haitian immigrants. I mean, that is the lengths they will go to coddle Trump's balls when he lies to make him feel a little better. And the fact that this is just a pattern from him, from the words of someone who worked directly in his last administration, where he did indeed famously say that Ted Cruz's dad helped with the JFK assassination, among other insane claims. There's a long list of them that he's made, yet his base, him, and media have all helped to normalize these, where people no longer bat an eye when he says something this unhinged. It's almost like, that's just Trump being Trump, which is a wild statement to make for someone, a wild standard to have for somebody who is running to possibly be our next president and has held that office before.
What do you think of the debate?
The 3-on-1 assault, President Trump did a really good job. Bottom line is simply this: Kamala Harris has had 3 years to do anything that she said she was going to do. None of it's been done. So.
He still said the election was stolen, but even though it wasn't stolen, does that bother you that he wouldn't accept the results of an election?
Trump continues to focus on what the American people want to talk about, which is their paychecks under the Harris.
But he won't accept. He won't accept the results of the election.
Harris administration, the average family has lost $1,000 a month.
But this is a pretty simple question.
That's a simple question.
Is it not a problem that a candidate for president will not accept the results of a presidential election?
I'm not going to debate you at all.
It's not a debate. Joe Biden won. It's actually not a debate.
He is focusing on the things that real Americans care about, like immigrants eating our pets, the sizes of Trump rallies, or how much money that he was given, or the race of Kamala Harris. The real tabletop issues that us American patriot families discuss over dinner and stress over on a daily level. And it's kind of funny that Tim Scott also says, well, I'm not going to debate you. Over a topic that literally isn't debatable, Donald Trump lost fair and square, a free and fair election, and still says he didn't lose, still says he was cheated. The question is simple. Does that bother you? The question isn't, is this reality? We all know it's a lie. Like, that's not what he was asking you. There is no debate to be had here. But of course, MAGA lackeys have to dodge questions like that, as they have a hard time admitting any accountability for the shortcomings or problems that they have with their anointed king, because, that's how you get an express ticket out of the party. So it's kind of clear why they're scared to, and it leaves them left to spew a bunch of copium, just like Tim Scott did here.
Donald Trump said that there was abortions taking place after birth. That has been proven false. What's your response to that?
Well, I think that the concern we have about the policies in places like Minnesota is that you don't have mandatory reporting anymore when there's a baby that is born after an attempted abortion, and there's not a duty to.
He said specifically after birth, though.
Well, no, that is after birth, right? If someone attempts an abortion and the baby comes out alive anyway, what we believe is that you should preserve that life. You shouldn't just allow that baby to die. The indifference to a baby born alive is, in essence, an execution.
But it's been fact-checked several times, and it's just not true, but he keeps repeating the claim.
No, that's a semantic thing.
Yeah, it's not semantic, it's just a lie. Nobody is birthing a healthy baby and then killing it just because, like, oopsie, I carried for 9 months and gave birth because I don't want to be a parent. He's referring to babies born after abortion, where they are almost in every case unviable outside of the womb. There was reporting over this in the last 8 years where 24 cases of this happened. All 24 cases, they were given care to preserve their life, and all 24 ended up dying, most in a couple minutes, some in an hour. And in some states, essentially, they're just given now end-of-life care rather than comfort care. The popular case when they're discussing this is the baby that was born with no kidneys, they were given all measures to preserve this baby's life, and it lived a total of 99 minutes before ending up dying. So now instead, babies are given comfort care that are born unviable, that will not survive outside of the womb, the nutrients and such that a normal baby would need. Thus, again, if the baby came out viable, even after a failed abortion procedure, if the baby could live outside the womb, it would survive. It's not, nobody's killing babies. That's, again, infanticide, illegal in all 50 states. So it actually is a semantic thing, kind of what he's saying, as he's conflating otherwise non-viable babies dying naturally to procedures carried out to directly murder living and viable babies.
What did you think about the debate?
Well, we still don't know what Kamala Harris would do if she was given the opportunity to be president. That's
But
what I think
it was
is so
a fierce
interesting
debate,
part.
though, right?
No, it wasn't.
Would you say it was a dogfight?
I would say that President Trump did a fantastic job taking on 3 people at one time.
Do you think either of them was put down by the other?
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't worried about that. I'm worried about the American people and if they're going to find out who Kamala Harris really is.
But if either of them were put out of their misery on the debate stage, which one was it?
Strange phrase.
Sorry, I guess I was just wondering if you killed that dog.
What are you talking about?
Did you kill the dog?
Oh my gosh, you're crazy.
There's not so much analysis that I had to give here. I just thought it was hilarious how he kept throwing out the dog terms, and she didn't have a clue what he was talking about until he bluntly said it. When I first watched this and he asked if it was a dog fight, I literally lost it. Though I will note that she also came in with the MAGA cope that Trump won, and it's funny that the only people really saying this, other than the MAGA cult members who, no matter, like Donald Trump could have walked up and pooped on the microphone and gave the peace sign and walked out and they would have said he won the debate. Other than those people, the only people saying that Donald Trump won or unwilling to admit that he lost are those who are expecting a position in his next administration, even when, again, all polling on the matter shows that he got destroyed. He was dog walked, as Kristi Noem might say, right? Many Republicans are even saying that he did. Right-wing media outlets are conceding that he did. But for some reason, MAGA saw a different debate than the rest of us. I wonder if that's cult hive mind groupthink problems.